I would like to see the people smiling at each other more. I imagine going into the bus and smiling at the person next to me, or maybe even exchanging a hello or a few words. People looking into their eyes and not be scared of it. And I imagine people that can hug in the street, and especially I would like to see men that they just hug because they want to hug. I would like to see adults as well as children playing games, playing. I was thinking it would be nice if the street, instead of being black, especially in the cities, they would have different colors. They would be painted in different colors, and then they could be named for their color. For example, instead of murales, we could have paint on the floor. I like buildings that are more round and more colorful. Beautiful nature and parks, houses that are kind of growing in the parks or with the nature, more like a little bit like Gaudi was trying to do, like a really normal houses that are a little bit integrated more into nature, and not this is the park, this is the house, this is the street, but it's more like a ongoing, having beautiful balcony with flowers and terrace. I would like to see people taking care of the nature and more of their environment, whatever that is, where they're living. And like if it's part of them, it's not something else, it's like part of what they are. To get more in touch with nature, and even like working the earth and going to plant or work in a field or doing some kind of a basic work where you reconnect to this. Like, I would suggest that this is even more important than going for the military service. Like, I would send them to work in the field or to work in the farm and be with animals, with children, be with go hunting, like do real survival things, to go back to sleeping outside. And how can we make a fire? How can we cook a soup? How can you climb a tree? Yes, and learning about the power of nature, and also the special ingredient that are given to us, because really in everything we are using nature, we are using the earth but we are not aware of how precious it is, and even little flower or plant can be used for medical, for example, and how can we find again this connection, this exchange connection that we have with nature, and learning from it, and yes. Education, but actually in a completely different way, like a system that is not a school like we have now, but where really the children are encouraged to learn what they like and to experiment with everything in life, like more really practical than outside, and I would say 70% of the time outside, and maybe 30% of the time inside, and really following more what is their interest and what they like, and not have all of this standard, having a lot of materials for them to play. And I think if the children would really grow from in this way, that would already change something in the future generation. Instead of more like medicine and hospital that are also important, but I would support the creation of spaces where it's possible to meditate and to look more inside, and to having an understanding from a different perspective, and to employ people that actually they are really doing this work, more to go into the companies where they are working, and also in a more productive way, to have people that they are going there and they bring these other parts, this more inside, and bring more creativity everywhere, like even in the office, that people can express more themselves, not only producing or sitting and doing what they need to do, because I think they would become more creative in their work if they are supported to be creative themselves. I think if everybody would become more close to his own nature, I think this is the only way, because we can only start from ourselves. And if everybody would have even a little bit of a glimpse of what they really are, they would start to naturally change things the way they are, and they act and they do in the world, and then everything will just unfold. Because when you see what you are, you cannot kill the spider that is coming in front of you anymore. There is a different respect, a different understanding, deeper from the inside. I think this is the basic.